Hi everyone, thanks for watching. I'm Lauren and I'm here in my shop Guthrie and Ganny today to give you lots of inspiring ideas for some summer dressmaking projects. So the theme of this video is all going to be on patterns that we have included in our past G&G Sewing Society kits. So regular viewers might know that the Sewing Society kits that we sell every month, there's 2 new ones that get released and they combine a popular independent sewing pattern with some really lovely fabric, and you get everything you need in one handy box to make a lovely special version of that garment. And also included as part of the kit is access to a video of all of my personal top hints and tips for making that garment. And I make the video as I'm making the samples for the kits, and it just gives you some extra pointers and little tricks that you can do to get a really lovely finish on your garment that might not necessarily be included in the instructions. So access to those videos is still available for all of our past Sewing Society kits. We've been making the kits for a couple of years now, so there's a bit of a bank of top hints and tips videos that are available now, and you can access them in the Sewing Society section of the website. So I'm going to put a link to that in the description to this video, and I'll also link to the blog post that goes with this video as well. So in there you'll find links to all of the patterns and the fabrics that I'm going to mention, which are available in our online shop. And remember, we do ship worldwide as well. So I've picked 5 patterns. I've got current fabrics that we have in stock this summer, so I hope that you find them inspiring. So the first pattern that I'm going to spotlight is the Avid Seamstress the Blouse pattern, and this is a really lovely simple little blouse pattern. It's really good if you're doing a blouse or a shirt for the first time, because the way that the button band is made is nice and simple. You just sort of fold it back on itself. There's not an extra bit to sew on. It doesn't have a collar. It has a collar stand, but then it doesn't have a collar in it as well, so then the collar's a little bit easier than a more traditional collar. And then it's just got elastic round the sleeves, which come up about 3/4 length. You could definitely shorten them as well if you wanted to, and it's just a lovely sort of relaxed fit, nice simple blouse pattern that you can make in lots of different fabrics. So I've picked out some cotton fabrics because they are easier to work with than a viscose or a rayon or a tencel or anything like that, just because the cotton is just a bit more stable, it's crisper and it's easier to control. So we've got some of the lovely new Atelier Brunette prints in, which have got a sort of rustic kind of modern vibe to them. So this one here is the native off-white cotton gauze fabric, and it comes in 2 different colorways, and I think this would be a really lovely one for a summery version. The off-white version is a little bit transparent, so it might be that you want to wear a camisole underneath, or you know, if it's the summer you might not mind anyway. And then we've also got this one here, which has got that beautiful bright pink, like magenta shade in it. It's so nice. And then it's night, the background, that's the sort of shade they call it, but I would say it is a bit more like a navy. So 2 really lovely ones there. And then the other good option for this would be Liberty Tan Alon as well. And there's so many fun prints in this one. I think because the design of the garment is quite simple, it is good for a fabric that does have quite a nice print on it, or something a bit different, because it will really let the fabric do the talking. I love this one. I feel like it's got sort of Art Deco vibes to it. This is the Woven Spots Tan Alon, and a lovely sort of pink and a kind of teal colour there. And then I've picked out a couple of our city ones as well. So this one here is Paris, and you can see it's got some of the famous landmarks around Paris on there, really nice on a sort of bluey background. And then I absolutely love this one. It's just so fun and summery. This is the LA Dream print on it, and yeah, when you look up close, it's just got so many cute fun little details, like it's a fabric telling a story really. So I think they would all be really nice for that garment. The next pattern that I'm going to spotlight is the True Bias Ogden Cami, and this is such a classic summer pattern. This is what I'm wearing just now. This was a hack that I did on the pattern last year, so there's a separate blog post that shows you how to widen the straps, and then I also added a little peplum on as well, so it's a really nice one to customise too. And since we did the kit, True Buys have also brought it out in their D-cup size range as well, which is a US 14 to a 32. Now, I've actually made loads of versions of the Ogden Cami. You can use it for so many different fabrics. In the kit originally, it was a viscose fabric, viscose print that we put in it. But I've made some really lovely versions in cotton double gauze. Of course, you can use viscose as well. You can use Tanalon. It's also quite a good sort of scrap buster, or if you've got some leftovers from another project. It does have a facing round the top, but you could definitely use a different fabric for the facing if you didn't have enough left. So then obviously depending on what size you're making, you just need a bit for the front and the back. So yeah, it is a good one if you've got some fabric left over. So I've picked out some of our really lovely Nanny Arrow fabrics. The double gauze version I made was in a Nanny Arrow fabric, and that was a few years ago. And again, because the design of that garment, the Ogden Cami, is so simple, it is really good for a fabric that just has quite a bold or a large scale print, or has something that where you don't want to break up the print and the fabric too much. So yeah, I've got this one to sort of show you here, but we do have lots of really lovely Nanny Arrow fabrics in at the moment. This is also one of our newer ones as well. This is actually a cotton and a silk mix, but I just love the real pops of colour on that lovely sort of grey background there. It's a beautiful fabric. All of her fabrics are always just like a bit of a work of art, aren't they? And then from the new Atelier Brunette collection, there's quite a few viscose base cloths in that one as well. Again, with gorgeous colours. I'm just loving this pink that they have brought into this collection here. So that would be a really lovely one, especially if you wanted to do the gathered peplum. Then a viscose is really good for that because it just sort of swishes around a little bit more. And then we've also got this one here. So the Atelier Brunette ones are quite good if you don't really want something very florally. They're a little bit more sort of abstract or contemporary. If you don't really want to go for something floral, but that's beautiful. I think that would make quite a dressed up version, you know, if you wore it with some nice little shorts or some smart jeans or trousers, a nice sort of evening top perhaps. So yeah, lots of options with the Ogden Cami. It's a really lovely staple, versatile summer one to have. The next one is the Closet Core Fjor Skirt. And this is also a really versatile pattern as well, because there's various versions that come with the pattern. You can have buttons down the front, you can make it a wrap, or you could just make it a sort of more simple A-line shape as well. So it's good for beginners, it's nice and simple, and the instructions that come with Closet Core are always really good as well. It was a viscose linen that we included in our original version of the kit. We had a navy and a red, and we have got I've got a few viscose linens to show you here as well. We've got quite a range of different colours of viscose linens at the moment, and they're perfect for this sort of style of skirt in the Fjor. They've got a nice weight to them. They're not see-through at all, but they're just going to swish around. They feel really lovely and lightweight, and just, yeah, really comfortable and cooling to wear in the summer. And nice that there's such a large selection of different plain colours as well, and then you can pair them with all your little summer tops and blouses and that sort of thing. So yeah, lots of lovely versions, lots of lovely colour options in the viscose linen there. The next pattern that I have got to show you is another pattern for the bottom half, and it is another Closet Core pattern. It's the Sasha Trousers. Now, we've included this twice in a kit. It was one of the first kits that we did very early on, and it's such a popular pattern we decided to reintroduce it again last autumn. And it's really good as just like a classic smart chino pattern. So it's good for cotton sateen fabrics, cotton twills that have got a little bit of a stretch in it. But we've had a really lovely selection of very summery cotton stretch fabrics in that I think would be perfect for the sashas. And again, it would just give you another really sort of easy to pair, a garment that's easy to pair with lots of your other handmade things as well. Sometimes it's good to have some plain garments in your handmade wardrobe because it's a bit easier to mix and match than having lots of patterns. So this one here comes in 3 colorways. I've got the blue over here to show you just now, but it does also come in a light green color and a sort of grey color too, and it's got this really lovely sort of textured dobe spot woven into it. So it's a really lovely nice light shade for summer, and yeah, it's got that bit of a stretch in it as well, which is perfect for the Sasha. And then something a little bit more classic I would love to make this, but because I've got children, I think they would just get too dirty. But this is our ivory woven stripe stretch fabric, and when you look closely at this one, you can see that it's got a gorgeous texture to it. It almost feels sort of brushed a little bit as well, which is nice. It's a really lovely fabric, and it would make a really nice, lovely summery pair of sashas. And then for all of you lilac lovers out there, this is a really lovely one as well that has got a nice texture to it. This is the dusky lilac textured stretch cotton fabric, and it's got a little bit of a sheen to it. It's got that nice stretch in it, and yeah, just a lovely nice lightweight summer one, which would be lovely for a nice simple pair of trousers. And then if you fancied something a little bit more sort of characterful, then this one here, I've actually used this to make some True by Islander shorts, and they're really nice. Again, very summery, is this one here, which has got this sort of stripe diamond design in it too. Again, a nice little bit of stretch, and would just look really smart and chic, I think, as a lovely pair of summer trousers. So some really nice summer options for making summer sashas. I think quite often it would maybe get associated with a more sort of autumn winter design, but you can definitely make a summery version too. You can make them a little bit more cropped, and yeah, nice to have something to mix and match. The last pattern that I'm going to feature is the Deer & Doe Magnolia Dress. So it was a couple of summers ago that we did this pattern as a kit. Deer & Doe have actually recently stopped printing their sewing patterns in this sort of traditional way, but you can still get them as a PDF pattern. And remember, we've got our A0 pattern printing service that you can use to have that printed out. So although the printed pattern isn't available, you can still get the PDF and get it all printed out as well. So I have selected some of the Fabric Godmother fabrics for this one, especially the ones that are the viscose sateen ones, because they feel so luxurious, and I think they have a bit more of a dressed up feel to them. So they're really good for summer weddings, or if you've got, you know, like a special event to go to. This one here is the Mazzy print in pink. It does also come in a blue as well, and it's just beautiful. The way that this viscose flows and it feels is just very luxurious. Another one that would look really good in this as well is the Cheating Heart print too. So I've picked out the emerald one to show you here, but it does come in three other colorways as well. There's the pink, the lilac, and the yellow one, and it's just lovely. It's like a play on the animal print, but then it's got love hearts on it as well. So yeah, it's just another absolutely gorgeous one that would just look really nice in the Magnolia dress. And then if you wanted something a little bit more sort of less chic, I would say, than the sort of shimmery, shiny viscose sateen ones of the Fabric Godmother, this is a new one that we've had in as well. Again, in that really lovely green emerald colour, which seems to be very on trend at the moment. So this is the bottle green irregular spot, and it's just a simple plain weave viscose fabric with this really lovely spot on it. It's quite simple and classic, but it's very floaty and bouncy and drapey, and I think it would just look gorgeous in this style of the Magnolia dress. And then, depending on when you're watching this video, we may still have some of our Chica Cheetah print designed by Rachel Parker, which was included in our Sewing Society kits, but we do have some left over. So we've got a little bit of that available by the metre now, and it would also look really stunning in the Deer & Doe Magnolia as well. I hope you have found all of those ideas really inspiring, and it's got you thinking about those sewing patterns, or maybe if you got the kit before, then other ways that you can use the pattern that was included in the kit. If you've got any questions at all, please feel free to leave a comment below, and I shall try to get back to you. The quickest way to get an answer is always just by emailing the shop, and the G&G team and I are always more than happy to help. So I'll leave our contact details in the description to the video as well. But thanks so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel already, then don't forget to hit subscribe so you don't miss out on my next video, and I'll see you next time. Bye!